Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the esteemed FaceTime with Leaders, an initiative by World Development Corporation. I'm Sunny Pancholi, anchor at World Development Corporation. FaceTime with Leaders is a platform for industry titans to share their experiences, thoughts, ideas, and best practices in order to inspire one another and future leaders. In a nutshell, we attempt to encapsulate the multi-decadal learnings acquired by these industry leaders. We also hope that by conducting these FaceTime with Leaders interviews, we can bring together a global community of eminent personalities. And by bringing together such visionaries on one platform, we hope to play a part in inspiring the lives of other leaders. Great learnings from great leaders undoubtedly assist everyone by identifying, nurturing, and using the trade secrets that are proven success formulas for many. And this is what we aim for with these sessions, by making them a gathering of industry stalwarts and a knowledge-sharing community. We have one such domain expert on FaceTime with Leaders with us today, Mr. Rohit Kachroo. He is a highly accomplished agile coach and IT professional with over 16 years of extensive experience in end-to-end project lifecycle management. As a Lean Six Sigma Green Belt certified and professional agile leader, he has proven expertise in business transformation, coaching and transition, including leading large-scale initiatives at both organizational and project levels. He has also created and managed business solutions, namely reporting as a service amongst others. His career highlights include currently serving as Vice President, IT Optimization at Northern Trust, where he has been instrumental in enhancing productivity through methods such as automation, workload transitions, and infrastructure enhancements. He has successfully defined and executed effective data strategies, enabling transparency on vendor performance and supporting decision-making on strategic partnerships. His role involves overseeing business optimization and improvement programs across the APAC region, resulting in significant efficiency gains. Welcome to FaceTime with Leaders, Mr. Rohit.
Thank you. Thank you, Sunny.
So to begin with, could you provide a brief overview of your professional journey and your current role?
Sure. So my professional journey started around 2007. Once I came back from UK, I was doing my post-graduation there. And while I was doing that, I realized that India has a great potential. I think it would, I had an idea that it would surpass the entire globe much faster than any of the European countries. And that's why the decision to come back and, start my professional journey back in the homeland. So I started off with IT services and management, slowly transitioned into business consulting, business management. And while I shifted from over a few organizations, my interests started changing from doing basic IT service management to going into business management as a whole. So my journey has been going from IT service delivery to IT service management to taking IT services as a business altogether, and then I kept on working on upgrading myself in various knowledge areas around agile, around lean, around transformations, automations. So in my professional journey, I have done a lot of activities in various functions that come together to form a business. So I worked in the pre-sales, I worked in IT service deliveries, as I said earlier. I worked with quality assurances, I worked with software development. I have also been, I was also given a chance to work with with leading a software reliability engineering program, which is the SRE program, as we call it. It's the new hot topic these days. So I was given the chance to lead a team. It was a program spanning over 16 countries, and was a bit of a challenge in the beginning, but then definitely with a group support, with a team effort, everything comes into place. So in my professional journey, I have been able to look into businesses, look into working from the aspect at the ground level, and then, of course, rising further as well. Which brings me to the topic that while you have to progress in your journey, you have to imbibe a lot of other aspects and skills. So in the journey, we talk about business and corporate strategies, program management, process improvement initiatives, and strategies around that, learning skills around automations. All that has been a part of my journey. Right now, I'm also a doctoral candidate with Golden Gate University. So that's my next step of enhancing my skills so that I can be a better asset to the organizations that I work with.
Mr. Rohit, thank you for the excellent start to this interview. And I must say your career journey is truly inspiring.
Thank you.
So continuing our conversation, could you let our viewers know about a project you have spearheaded with the most astounding results using your agile transformation or business solution skills?
Yes, absolutely. There are quite a few. It's been 16 plus, nearly 17 years journey. So definitely there are many projects that can be given as examples. Just like for a mother, they don't have preferences between their two children or more than two children, right? The same way when we professionals, we end up delivering solutions and strategies. There isn't one project which is our favorite, right? But if you want to still talk about some very specific outcome or project, there is one that comes to my mind, which is a true example of how governance spread across the globe, can still come together and make an impact for an organization. So one of the projects where I was leading an initiative, which was run by the top head of the organization. I cannot divulge a lot of details because it has a lot of other agreement clauses of non-disclosure attached to it. But that specific project was around bridging some gaps around global processes that were being held around asset management and asset and inventory control. We were able to look at our operations, which was spread across 16 countries, and we had to get back to green. If I go a bit more in detail, which I think I can share on a public platform, it was to basically make sure that our customers who are operating on our infrastructure, they are given reliable data centers and for managing their businesses and hosting their applications. But we had to strengthen our process to manage these data centers and manage the assets life cycle as a whole. This idea or this project was it spanned over a year, and I can proudly say that with a great collaboration from people across 16 countries, it was a success, and we were actually given a lot of recognition for the same. That also brought us to a second topic where a business idea struck my mind, where I thought that, okay, we have a lot of information which is spread out, and there is a need to collate this information into one place so that the businesses can identify these risks faster, earlier. And for that, a data strategy had to be brought in. Collation of various information sets had to be brought in so that we can have meaningful KPIs to see, to view, and take corrective actions or preventive actions for any risk, in case any risk to the business appears. When I say risk to the business, it also means not only the customers, but we self as a business should also manage our risks effectively, right? So for that, a data consolidation effort was required. And that's when I came up with the idea for reporting as a service, where we started collating data sets from various factors into one location. And we started developing KPIs, which would give a meaning to the organizational performance as a whole. Of course, this could not have been done without without a very stable team and a fantastic skill set. So all these successes that I'm talking about has team management and team work at the core of it, right? So yeah, that's why it's very difficult to choose one because this team, the teams that I've been working with, they have been giving fantastic results every time when we work cohesively together.
That sounds absolutely incredible. All right. So moving ahead, our viewers would like to know, you have been honored with numerous awards and accolades. So which of them do you cherish the most and why?
I think again the mother and the child example, right? But I think uh, there are some defining moments in everyone's life. Yeah, you have to give credit to at least those points in time when you really are able to make an impact on certain organizations. One of the accolades that not maybe I'll talk about a couple of, not just one. Over a period of time, I was given the opportunity to work with very senior leaders and shadow them on how do they work and how do they manage their lives and their work as well. Uh, it gave me a chance to get into the back end channel for these senior leaders and understand how are they really thinking about business, about work, about how do they end up delivering things to our end customers, how do they solutionize, how do they manage teams, how do they get people together. And one of the accolades where I got this opportunity, uh, I got nominated out of, in India, we had only a couple of them who got nominated out of, in a size of 2,000 people. And I feel very happy that I was a part of that. That was a life-turning event for me because it gave me a new dimension to interact with senior leaders, uh, share my ideas, work with them, create new teams, create new work, create new solutions, and implement them successfully. So, yeah, maybe that one would be one of my most important and life changing events.
Amazing, Mr. Rohit. All right. So moving forward, I would like to ask you, you belong to IT landscape. So how and when did you develop an interest in ESG and corporate governance?
Oh, very interesting. It was about 5 years ago when I really started looking into it, and we were looking at automating solutions where we wanted to make uh, the entire working and operations more effective, more efficient. We were also talking about classical data centers, classical infrastructure that we had for managing our customers' operations. We were trying to get it into cloud. And while we were doing that, of course, it's a part of the IT optimization. I am an optimization guy. So while we were doing this, there were numerous other factors that came into my mind at that time. Uh, my first question was, hey, why are we trying to move into cloud in the first place? And then we realized, oh, it is a bit more efficient. It's not just efficient in terms of whether you can improve availability for your customer services, for the services you are providing to the customer, but also at the same time, it helps to consolidate a lot of compute power in very small areas, which means that with the same with a very minimal amount of energy that the data centers are using, we can now have an improved performance, and we can provide better technology with lesser energy consumption. With that thought, I said, oh, okay, there must be some way to keep an eye on it. And that's when I came across ESG. That's how my interest sparked. And when I realized that the impact it has on on the greenhouse gas emissions, how are we really transitioning from a traditional way of not thinking about Mother Nature and then Now there are policies, there are new technologies which are coming in, which consume way less power, give way high output and computational outputs. I think we can save Mother Nature for the next generation. Yeah, we need to give something to them. I think that's where it started off. I wanted to have an idea about how can I contribute, and that's when I came across the ESG policies and other areas.
Okay. So building on to that, as an ESG and corporate governance expert, what values do you bring to the table?
Oh, I think for ESG, it is extremely important to understand that it's a mind shift change. It's a maturity that you have to bring in onto the table. It's about not only bringing that maturity, but also implementing and practicing certain actions which will actually help in improving the greenhouse emission gases that we already have, which are very high right now. If we have to improve them, we have to get them down, right? So it's a conscious effort. Now, while you do that in this globe, around this world, there are various organizations, various businesses, which are which are really working. But integrity is one of the topics or one of the skills which will actually take it forward, which will actually bring it to closure. You can know all the rules, but if you do not have the zeal or the integrity or the strength of character to implement them, yeah, voice it out when it is required, then no policy can help, right? I think one of the most important factors is awareness about the topic, but also an integrity and the strength and your strength in your character to be able to implement those ideas. Because many of these solutions that we talk about, they do not, irrespective of the industry. I am from the IT background, so I have a view of the IT side, but I want to expand it to other domains as well, because ESG is not only about IT, data center management or emissions from data center. It is about the entire globe, all the kinds of businesses that we have, industries that we have to contribute towards this. And you have to have that voice and the grit to take the right decision at the right levels, at the board levels, right? And I think that's what I bring in with me, irrespective of the industry that I would like to work with around ESG as a topic. It means, me taking this topic means that I bring in a lot of thought leadership around the topic.
Absolutely amazing, Mr. Rohit. All right, so moving forward, my next question is a pretty simple one, and it belongs from your domain of expertise. So, how do you envision the future of IT optimization, lean methodology, and agile transformation, particularly in light of emerging technologies like IoT, AI, ML, blockchain, big data, digital twin, Web 3.0, etc.?
I think for this, I'll have to break a few concepts. Yeah. There's a concept called Deming cycle. Okay. Deming cycle talks about plan, do, check, act. It's a continuous improvement cycle. IT optimization, or let's keep IT aside. Let's talk about optimization, because it could be business optimization, IT optimization, yes, but process optimizations as well. If we talk about optimization as a whole, it runs on a concept of continuous improvement. Now, for being able to do this continuous improvement, you need to be able to have a lot of data with you, which you can actually analyze, find the gaps, patterns, and then talk about corrective actions. We also call it CAPA, corrective and preventive actions. So you would have to list down the corrective and preventive actions. Then you will have to plan on how do you implement these actions on the ground. And then once you have done that, you'll have to measure them again to understand whether you have made an impact or not. Now, how do I look upon IT optimization, lean methodology, agile transformation? How do they connect with the emerging technologies? I think you mentioned IoT, AI, ML, Web 3.0, and a few others, right? all these technologies, I see them as integral part of being able to optimize something. Lean methodology talks about reduction of waste. So it could be wastage in your processes, in your businesses, in your again, when we talk about ESGs, right? The ESG, we are talking about having less waste of energy. So how do we enhance that? The lean methodology tells you, helps you, gives you the tools to manage and map these processes, and find out these specific gaps. But the topics like AI and ML and IoTs, these are the topics which will really help us to gather that data and find those gaps. So do I see these as coherent and as topics which are working together? Absolutely. Do they have an impact on IT optimizations? Absolutely. Will it will it impact lean methodology? They do not impact lean methodology. The lean methodology itself helps you to identify the gaps and improvement opportunities within your business and your processes per se. Agile, on the other hand, talks about how should you deliver your products, right? So, for example, if I find out that using the AI and ML, I've been able to find out a trend and probably a gap in my business operations, for example. Now, to bridge that gap, I find out that, hey, you know what? I need an extra software to be brought into my business, so that I can keep a track of what is missing and am I doing well or not. Agile methodology will help you develop those softwares faster. It helps the organizations to run into the market with a product much faster than traditional methods. So does AI, ML, and all the other technologies help? They do, because with the advent of these technologies, you're able to churn data faster. With some of them, you are able to write codes faster. For some, you are able to test codes faster. So will they help Agile? Yes, absolutely. The Agile framework will be definitely benefited from them, because your turnaround time and your good, going live to the market time, the cycle time will be reduced to a great extent. There are various processes which help you to gain a strategic edge in the market, and all these emerging technologies will definitely help. We also have something that's called generative AI, which is now taking shape. We have heard of chat GPTs, we have heard, and chat GPT is not the only one. There are so many other solutions in the market. Well, you can still count them, but yeah, there are quite a few solutions in the market which you can still talk about. And all of them are helping in making life better. So they are helping lean methodologies to be implemented much more effectively. They're helping in gap identifications much more effectively. And if a solution is required, it is also helping in developing those solutions faster, much more effectively. So optimization, lean, agile, everything will be benefited. Businesses as a whole would be benefited. Yes, for sure.
Absolutely. Mr. Rohit, thank you for sharing such amazing insights into different subjects. So this brings us to the last question of the session. And here it is. We are building a community of industry magnates. The move is meant for cross-pollination of knowledge and building a knowledge-sharing community of corporate giants and industry experts. So what are your thoughts about these initiatives taken by Mr. Zishan Pathan, Mr. Heval Mehta, and the team of World Development Corporation?
I think it's a great initiative. I think the world needs a lot of thought leadership. And if the initiative is able to do that, I think it will bring a lot of value in this world. The Directors Institute program that we're talking about, I think it doesn't only talk about getting certain talented individuals at a board level, but they also, I think, are promoting thought leadership, which is extremely important these days. I think it's a great initiative.
Great. It was fantastic conversing with you, and I'm confident that your insights will inspire future leaders. Thank you, Mr. Rohit, for joining us today. Wish you the best for your future endeavors. Moreover, trust that this initiative by Directors Institute has unquestionably expanded the participants' understanding and enriched their minds.
Thank you so much, Sunny. Have a great day ahead.
You too. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.